Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Today we're watching season 2, episode 23 of Haikyu called Team.
I love the name of that episode,
one
by the way. Just, that's all you need to know. Third set, team versus team. What is going to happen?
We ended last episode, it was a real banger there at the end. Yamaguchi came in to serve, it was his time to shine. Karasuno was down by a few points. He turned the tables, flipped the script. Then it was 24-22 for Karasuno, and what happened? The worst person in the world went back to serve. The set ended up 28-26.
Not a great run.
Not a great run. So here we go. The final countdown. Nobody likes the third set.
I mean, it's kind of a wild...
Unless you were losing, then you're happy.
Yeah. It's kind of a wild card, but I think they're gonna pull it out. I think they're gonna make it to the final of this tournament. I like what they've done so far. They've got their seniors back. I think Mad Dog is going to tighten up and make a few errors down the stretch. Yeah, I'm calling Karasuno in 3 on this one.
Iwazumi stepped up big time at the end of last episode, scoring some critical points. Oikawa served pretty well too. I mean, whatever. I'm kidding. You served great. So yeah, let's see what happens. The momentum, one would say, is not in Karasuno's favor.
I don't know if I believe in that.
Oh, all right. So let's see what happens. Semifinals to go to nationals, set 3 against a team that Karasuno has never beaten before. So let's see what happens here. Season 2, episode 23 of Haikyu is coming right now.
Oh, I hate the cheer.
耳にタコだろうがサーブは強くて向こうの10番に多少決められるのは仕方ない。絞って拾おう。お前たちは強いよ。おっしゃ
Mad Dog, cold stare, no emotion.
及川のサーブに好き勝手させないことを上でいい。とにかく上げる。そうすりゃ誰かがつなぐ。
いつか倒さなければならない敵を宿敵と呼ぶのなら、カラスノにとっての青葉城塞がまさにそれ。戦いの舞台は整いました。宿敵との大一番、勝つのは君たちです。
Here we go, here we go. That's my boy. Toothless and all.
The battle was... Here we go!
いよいよだな。ああ、正常との決着をつけるセットだ。朝日行け
Mad Dog with pass. What you want to see?
Here we go.
上げろ。なんとしても上に。
They can't let him run.
最初で突き放されるわけにはいかない。
Yusuga, great.
一本で切ってくれ。
Hanging on the Brojos.
なんつうスピード。真正面なのに反応が遅れる。強打にダイレクト。よし。狂犬ちゃんのエンジンは温まったまま。やっぱ厄介だな。及川のサーブ。頼む。切ってくれ。カラスのファイト。及川もう一本ナイスショット。
Oh, dang. Just get it up. High in the middle of the court. Okay.
Found that outside paw.
なんとか切った
Ooh, the veins.
What is he wearing? Eyeliner or something?
Short serve. He's gonna short serve the Mad Dog.
He's like, I don't like you. Or the libero. Ooh, monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
やっぱ京谷は前衛に上がってくると全然元気だな
That's because he only wants to do one
最
thing.
後まで言ってくれりゃいいんだがパワーもテクニックもあるエース攻撃はもちろんおとりとしても極めて厄介な16番そして決まり始めた及川のサーブ
Got a few problems
ど
to
こかを
solve.
突き崩さなければこちらが崩される互いに高い実力それが拮抗していればこそ少しでもバランスを崩された方が致命傷を負う食らいついていけ
I love them talking about it as balance. Like, I think that's really cool.
ファイナルセットも接戦だなでも
We're going to 25, don't worry.
Oh!
粘らないとな
I was like, okay. Oh, so there's no chance we see the whole third set in this episode. Ooh. That had a little English on
He
it.
was so surprised his eyeball is quivering. That had a very nice shape.
Yeah. See, I think Mad Dog's gonna get rattled.
He's like,
Past that
sleepy.
sleeping.
What you? Just show one other person serving, please. Pickle Jinx!
Ooh,
I'll take
freebie.
it. I'll take it.
ここで決めて及川のサーブ切ってくれ
They need to side this out. Oh.
京谷ラストライトライト
Error.
He knows. He knows. Straight down, baby. Get him! Don't mess with Tsukishima.
When the
Okay?
coach gets off the bench to cheer, giddy
来る
up.
って読んでたのか
Yeah, because his approach angle is probably different.
あの16番に絡んでましたよね。喧嘩売ってたってことか。2セット目でも16番狙ってブロックアウト取ったり、クロスにブロックいないのに16番のいる狭いストレート側をあえて抜いたりしてた。
Oh.
マジか。
Yes, he did.
気づかなかった。16番も対抗して田中のいるストレート側に打ってきてる。
So he's mid. Oh, that's a huge pickup. And my boy, my smart middle, figured it out.
読んだな月島どうしたおい
I'm sorry, that is not a game you want to play. When your ego is so big that somebody is doing something and you feel not embarrassed, but you want to show him up by doing the same thing, that will only work for so long, I'm afraid.
But I think with boys at this age, it's pretty common. I think that that's a relatively common trait.
Little immaturity at play here.
100%. But I'm bigger,
Little-
faster, stronger, and I can do it better than you. That is the mentality.
Little ego at play.
You didn't watch very many high school boys warm-ups, did you?
I watched my fair share.
And what was the only, you weren't warming up, you were blowing your shoulder out.
But I also think it's funny that Mad Dog is Tanaka's Seijo twin.
Yeah. I like that dynamic, and I love that move. By
What move?
Tsukishima.
Oh, I thought you meant the copycat move. I was like,
No, I recognize go out, big hand.
well, you
That's-
could tell as soon as when Mad Dog scored that last point Tsukishima looked back at him and he was like, you could tell he had something brewing in his brain.
Yeah. If Mad Dog doesn't realize what he's doing, then Tsukishima might be able to score some big points here.
How's the self-awareness with the Mad Dog?
I'm gonna go with next to none.
Quivering eyeballs, though.
寄せるチャンスだ。大事にいけ。オーライ。ナイスレシーブ。16番来るぞ。自分で取り返しだ。アウト。
Good. That was cold.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, perfect. We're playing 15. They just need 6 more points.
うまく煽れたんじゃないですか。16番。
I hate when Adam makes predictions.
竜は狙って煽ったのか。いや、挑発はしてたのかもだけど、狙ってはないな。あれはそういう習性だ。
That's sick.
そしてその習性を月島がうまく利用した。
He's cold.
You guys just do your thing and I will... You'll all be pawns in my greater play.
That's exactly what he's thinking. I would serve him short now. So let me ask you this. Do you think Tsukishima served an easy ball to the little barrel knowing he was going to get set again? Like, do you think he orchestrated that?
I mean, Tsukishima's not known as a super proficient server. I wouldn't put it past him though.
See, I think...
Just set everything up.
Yeah, I like that play. Then he moves out of the way. Now that he's made 2 hitting errors, I think you serve him.
I mean, we'll see.
練習だけさせてほしいんだと。あいつ土曜に別のサークルでも見たな。
高校生
Little
な
Mad Dog backstory.
要約すると部に溶け込めない系。
You're not wrong.
チームスポーツやってんな。
何かしら魅力があるからやるんだべ。
あ、ヒューさん、チーズ。
じゃなきゃこんなとこまで来て練習なんかしねえ。
Guaranteed I'm gonna like him more after his backstory.
That kind of looks like Zaitsev to me, the guy serving.
Ooh, that's a good pull.
まあ常に人は足んないし。
He's gonna hurt somebody.
私たちよりうまいし。
はあ？いや負けねえし。
は、不利になってる。
うるせえ。
Ooh, came to watch.
おらい。強肩ちゃん。タイムアウト挟んでもダメか。
もう無理なんじゃね。正常は替えいるんだから、そろそろ引っ込めてもいいんじゃね。
He's gonna figure out how to work through it.
今ちゃん行け。勝つ。冷静になりなさい。またコートに出たいなら。
Fair enough.
さっさと復活しろよ。もう後がないんだぞ。
うるせえ。知るか。
Oh, don't be a baby.
やば。あんま攻めてやんな。
すみません。嫌です。
Good.
相手の挑発にまんまと乗って熱くなって自滅。クソダサいな。
ああ。
お前がのこのこ戻ってきてあっさり試合なんか出たりしてさ、それに不満があるやつもいるわけよ。俺とかな。でも
問題起こしたわけでもないし、試合で使えるなら別にいいんでない？ちゃんと練習ついてこられんのか。ブランクあんだろ。コミュニケーションも含めてだけどな。
ま
あれは練習してないやつの動きじゃないね。
あ冷たいと思ったよ。俺たちにもお前にも。でもそんなことは問題じゃない。勝ちに必要な人間がレギュラーに選ばれる。そしてお前が選ばれた。だったら相応の仕事をしろ。
やば、噛みつかれんじゃねえか。大丈夫か？お前止めてこいよ。
っていうのはまあ建前だ。先輩の晴れ舞台に泥塗ったら絶対に許さねえからな。
お前もっとチャラいやつだと思ってた。
それで間違ってねえよ。チャラくたって先輩は尊敬すんだよ。コートにいる以上得点も失点もチームのものだろう。頼むから力貸してくれよ。
おらいセンター。
Dang! Dang. Yes.
I'm all about that.
Oh, 100%.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I want to know your thoughts first.
Mine first?
Yeah, yours first.
First of all, he's got some balls to go after him like that. I think it was definitely deserved. He's very, Mad Dog is a very selfish player. And I think he, like, Yahaba keeps talking about the senpais, but I think it's not just about the senpais, it's about the whole team.
Yeah.
And the point he's making of, like, you just showed up out of nowhere and you get to play. Like, Yahaba's a player that's probably been there the whole time and hasn't sniffed the court. So that's got to be so annoying when you're putting your time in and some dude just rolls in and gets to play right away in the biggest match of the season so far. Like, that attitude is just unacceptable in a team sport, especially to pout and treat the guy coming in for you like so poorly. Like, it was the coach's decision. Kunimi had nothing to do with that. Yeah. And it's true. Every point that you make or every error you make is for the team. Sure, it goes on your individual stat line, but the team is the one that's like winning or losing, not you. And I think it's amazing that he said that.
Okay, so what was his name?
Yahaba.
Yahaba's in the bro house. That's
Oh my gosh, is that all it takes? One, you've never seen this guy.
I know, but that's like, that takes courage, and and he wasn't mean about it, but he stood his ground. So you're gonna come in here. That guy's probably been working. Like, nobody on Seijo takes it easy. They all train hard. They've all put their time in. And there's nothing worse than a guy who thinks he's above the team.
Somebody entitled. That one of my pet peeves, man. Entitlement. If you think that you deserve something, it's a one-way ticket out of my life.
I mean, you're not wrong. But you come across guys like that. I'm actually reminded of a story, but I'm not sure I should tell it.
Why?
Well, so I was a pretty quiet guy on the team. Like, I was fiery when I played, but I kept to myself and I didn't say anything. We had 9 first years that came in our first year. We had one guy who was a skilled volleyball player.
And I think I know what you're talking about.
But he was lazy like nobody's business, and he always got to play, and he thought he could get away with whatever he wanted to. And all the guys' stuff in the lockers would go missing. Shorts would go missing. Like, just just little things, and we all knew who it was. And we walked in, so we're a brand new team. We're about a month into practice. And my stuff was missing. And I walked up to this guy, and I was just like, my shorts had best be in my locker when I come back for practice tomorrow, or you won't be practicing for the rest of the week.
Ooh.
And I just left. And you know what? Usually it's guys like that, they push the limit. They see what they can get away with, and nobody stands up to them. But once you do, they know what the pecking order is. And they won't do it again. So I think that's the perfect move for a guy like Mad Dog. I think he read the situation properly. He put him in his place, and he wasn't mean about it. He just laid it out. This is what's happening, and get in line. And you need somebody who's willing to do that. And I guaranteed those guys were worried about Yahaba.
Yahaba.
Whatever.
Yahaba.
I'm calling him Yahaba. But if anything would have happened, they would have had his back.
Oh, 100%. Nobody is taking Mad Dog's side.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fired up. I loved everything about that. I don't think it helps them win the set, but I love everything about that.
You're playing the ultimate team sport. Get on board.
Go.
That's it. Good read. Oh, yeah.
I should be up 3 now.
Wow, that was a quick break.
That's a bold coaching move because they can't take him out again.
But the coach saw him get talked to.
Oh, that's... Your coach has got some stones.
どまいあいつ今日調子悪いしどうするあいつより攻撃力あるやついないしなでもこれ以上調子崩したらめんどくさいぞとりあえず他に回しつつ様子見よう
ここに来て結構経ったな高校生一匹狼お前青葉城西なんだってな強豪じゃんチームっつうのは頼もしく時に煩わしく力強い味方であり重圧だそれと向き合うこともしない
It's pretty good insight, actually.
That angle was insane.
That's kind of incredible, actually.
チームの自分もぶつかり合って強くなれるそれ
And there's Yahaba cheering for him.
Attaboy, Yahaba.
そういうチームはどこにでもあるものじゃないいいチーム
What do you think about that?
About which part? His play or what the guy was saying?
No, what the guy was saying.
Oh, it's true. I mean, being on a team is not easy. And, you know, you have a...
It is and isn't. It's like he was saying.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, if you're having a bad day and your team has standards, somebody's going to call you out. And you're going to have not slept well or you're stressed and you're not going to want to hear it. And it's going to suck. But at the same time, the teammates that you have on teams like that, you're lifelong friends. You never forget. And if anybody needs anything, they're always there. Always. Without fail.
It's true. A good team is both the greatest thing to be a part of and it's hard to be a part of, like you said.
Yeah.
Because there are those standards, there are expectations. You're going to be called out if you're out of line, but it comes from a place of love and caring. And when any individual on the team does well, everybody celebrates and raises that person up. And, you know, but as soon as you step out of line, you're going to be held to a better, higher standard. So it's cool.
There's no better feeling than doing something great yourself and then coming down and celebrating with your team. Like, and that with the team part is the best feeling.
I mean, that was a pretty good swing.
もしあの16番がカラスノにいたとして、今の場面自分だったらどうするかな。及川やっぱりあいつすごくて怖いわ。
That's an interesting insight from him.
今のプレーでこれまで異物だった16番が青葉城西というチームに完全に溶け込んだように厄介だぜ。
チームとしての力ならうちも負けてはいません。ここからです。
だな。
Takeda coming through.
Oh, what?
Wow, that's a great thing.
Wow. Oh.
From standing to no approach. And then big Asahi shoulders.
Did that get him in the neck?
It looked like a high shoulder neck.
しかし日向のスパイクコース絞られたり読まれたりすると拾われるな。
Oh, relax. Your team scored the point. Keep going.
Yeah, but he needs to figure it out.
Right? Thank you.
またか。
及川にサーブが回ってくるたび寿命が縮んでる気がする。
なんか吐きそうです。
こっち側はみんなそうだろうな。
He's cold as ice from the
終
baseline.
わり。ここで大量失点は命取り。一本で切れよう。
Just get it up. Oh. It's up, right?
Great pass.
チャンスボール。くそ、そこ来るぞ。金田一。お前。要求があるときは言う。及川さんは言えば改善してくれるし、遠慮してたら伝わらない。及川さん、今のだとちょっと合わせづらいというか、なんというか。わかった。でも。
And I'll find you, because I know what I'm doing.
まだお前の打点はあとボール1個分先だ。キレのあるブロード。金田一の動きがインハイ予選の時と違う。
うまい。ここ切るよ。一歩集中。
ブレイク後半に来て選手を逆転した。
まさにチームとチームの総力戦になってきやがった。
ええ。そして青葉城西というチーム全体の底上げをするのが及川君
I might call it time
という
out
わ
now.
けですね。
へっ、分かってるよ先生。うちのチームの総力はこんなもんじゃねえよ。
及川さん、もう一本ナイス。さあ、
Come on.
押し込め金田一
Oh, yeah.
Got a boy. Break your spine.
サンキュー月島月島次勝負
Go wild out there.
一本で切るぞ
大王様ってやっぱすげえな。
わかんのか
なんかすげえのはわかる。
No, I can't, but something.
だがしかし俺がいればお前は最強だ。
かっけえなおいまったくだよ拾われまくりが何言ってやがる
なんだと。
根拠のない自信いいね
Interesting comment.
I can never tell if Hinata is like. No, he's not. He's definitely not. I was gonna say like trying to get a rise out of the other team or like
No.
but
I would say no.
I started saying it and I was like, no, he doesn't think more than half a second in front of what's there.
He does give compliments to the other players, and he has given Kageyama a lot of compliments about how good he is. He just also thinks that he's great too.
Yeah. But I was, yeah. I don't know if he was trying to, my instinct was needle Oyakawa at all, or, but then I started talking and I was like, that's not, no chance.
Absolutely not.
How would you fix his lack of scoring?
Well, he's seeing the block now and he's swinging for open space, but he just doesn't hit hard enough. It's just like, it's so easy for the teams now to like set up the block and have the defender around the block, and like that's it. He needs to like hit off the hands more, or bring back that freak quick for a couple plays. Who even knows?
Yeah, or some kind of movement to keep the blocker off base so that he opens up his window a little bit.
Because he is doing it on his own now. Like, they've got the timing down. He sees the block. He's hitting around the block. But it's like as teams get better and better, just seeing the block and hitting around the block isn't good enough.
Yeah.
It's like, put some spin on the ball. Like, use your wrist, or go off the hands, or tip one out of nowhere like he has done before. But just hitting straight, not going to cut it.
I agree.
Nice receive. Kyoken-chan.
Touch, get it.
Alright.
俺に持っておいや前に飛びすぎた。ネット近え。
Just tip it down.
Yeah, because Hinata was too close.
近すぎないか。ほぼネットの真上だぞ。誰もいねえ。前だ。
Yeah, just like that. I knew we weren't going to get through the whole... I hate this.
What do you... You gotta keep the action going.
Oh, I just got to put the episodes back to back so I can watch 2 in a row and I watch the set.
Boo-hoo, you big baby. Props to Kageyama for witnessing and noticing that he is way too close to the net and adjusting the set like that.
That's a wild adjustment. And it's behind.
Yeah.
No less.
Wild.
Like, that's next level.
Like, say what you want about Oikawa. Clearly, he's very good. He gives the hitters what he wants. We saw that with Kindaichi in the play before. Obviously, it was set up for a reason. But to counter that with that play with Kageyama just proves how good Kageyama is, too.
100% agree. And they ran him a little motion. Like, he jumped sideways, tried to open him up a little bit, so it was a good suggestion. I'm glad they followed through. My prediction stands, though. I still think Karasuno's going to win.
You said, if a couple episodes ago, you said if Daichi plays, Karasuno will win, and now in this, you said Mad Dog will make some mistakes.
And he did. He recovered quicker than I thought he would. Like, normally when you see players kind of do that in a third set, it's super hard for them to come back and figure it out. So I will say kudos to him for at least, you know, he got 1 hit and 2 serves, and we'll see what happens later on the set if he gets served again, or he gets the hit again. But he figured it out pretty quick.
I was shocked that they put him in so fast, but
Yeah.
the coach did see that stripping down that Yahaba gave him, though.
You almost called him Yahaba.
No, I didn't. What happened was I almost said Yahaba, and I was like, that's wrong. It's Yahaba.
You couldn't just give me Yahaba.
No, I will not stoop that low to miss a whole syllable.
And on that note, we'll see you next week.
Team baby! You got it. The ultimate team sport, you guys.
But
You can't do it on your own.
what a great match. Back and forth, adjustments, players having issues, coming back, figuring it out.
This is what you
I'm all
love to
about it.
see when everything's on the line.
100%. This is what a semi should be.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well,
Let's roll on to the next one.
let's just roll it through here. Maybe
You guys
we'll
have
see.
to wait until next week, but I'm gonna watch it right now.
Maybe we'll see the end of the whole match next week, and maybe we won't, because we got a couple episodes left in season 2. So hit us up with your comments. We would love to hear your thoughts on the Yahaba Mad Dog showdown in the corner off the bench. Yeah, so let us know down there. As always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because we may or may not be ending the match next week. We will find out. Thanks, guys.